Ladies and gentlemen, please introduce my name Muhammad Turmuzi from doctoral degree in education, mathematical education, Ganesha Education University, Denpasar. In today's session, allow me to present my paper entitled Misconception Analysis of Candidate Elementary School Teacher Students on Mathematics Materials from Gender Differences and Learning Style. Introduction, elementary school teacher education PhD student of FKIP UNRAM are prospective elementary school teacher who will later teach in elementary schools. Therefore, it is hoped that PhD students have a correct understanding on mathematical concept, which is a fundamental aspect of learning mathematics. Misconception can arise because the student's initial concept is wrong or because students are unable to connect the basic concept that build with concept being studied. When the researchers develops the mathematics materials course in the PhD FKIP UNRAM study program, students often encounter misconceptions about the number material. The current of misconception can be influenced by various factors, both internal and external. There are 5 factors that cause misconceptions, namely students, lecture, textbooks, context, and lectures methods. One of internal factor in influence students' misconception is learning style. Learning style in the acid way that individuals have in absorbing, organizing, and processing the information received. Learning style may also affect the learning process, including the opportunity for misconception. However, it is still rare for educators to see the effect of differences in the learning styles of their students, even though not all students in the class have the same learning style. So that in this research, based on some of the opinions and description above, it is necessary to conduct research on the misconception analysis of prospective elementary school teacher students in mathematics subject to gender differences and learning style. The method of this research is descriptive research. Descriptive research aims to describe a symptom or even that occurs in the present. Qualitative descriptive research aims to describe in depth the misconception that occur in students with high, medium, and low mathematical abilities. This research was conducted at the Elementary School Teacher Education Study Program FKIP University of Mataram. The research subjects are 38 students. The instruments in the study were the style test and the students' misconception test. So that in this research there are 2 instruments. The first is the style test, and the second the students' misconception test. In identifying students' misconception in this research, using the certainty of responses index or CRI technique. In this table, we can see there are 4 criteria in the CRI is answered correct and wrong. The first is don't know the concept, lucky guys, master the concept well, don't know the concept, and of course misconceptions. The instrument in this study is a learning style test in the form of questionnaire and questionnaire. Scoring of instrument was made using a Likert scale with 4 alternative answers. Answer each instrument has a gradation from very positive to very negative form of words. In this table, we can see a score of the statement positive and statement negative. Namely, strong agree score of 4, agree score of 3, disagree score of 2, and strongly disagree score 1. Research and discussion. A. Student learning style on mathematics material. In this table, we can see there are 6 learning styles. 1. Visual, 2. Auditorial, 3. Kinesthetic, 4. Visual, auditorial, kinesthetic, 5. Visual, kinesthetic, and 6. Auditorial, kinesthetic. We can see in this table almost the percentage of the learning style is auditorial is 5 to 1 5.10%, and second is the visual percentage is 28.95%. The total of respondent is the 38. B. Students' misconception in terms of learning time. There are 1, 2, 3, 4. One misconception is 17%. Lucky guys 12%. Don't know the concept 18%, and master the concept well 43%. In this table, we can see the object analysis viewed from the learning style. Learning style is visual, auditorial, kinesthetic, visual kinesthetic, auditorial kinesthetic, and visual auditorial kinesthetic. The most of misconception occur. There are in the visual auditorial kinesthetic is 5%, and the second is the kinesthetic is 3.33%. C. In this table, we can see the students' misconception and on mathematical materials when viewed from gender and learning style. There are 6 learning styles. In this table, we can see the misconception. Almost the misconception there are is auditorial male is 7.50%. The second. The first is the almost the visual male misconception is 40%, and the least misconception is the auditorial female 10.36%. Research and discussion. In the process of learning mathematics, understanding concept is a very important part. Understanding mathematical concept is an important foundation for thinking in solving mathematical problems and everyday problems. Thinking mathematically means 1. Developing a mathematical outlook, assessing the processes of mathematization and abstraction, and having the pleasure of applying them. And 2. Develop competencies and use them in mathematical understanding. Conclusion and suggestion. The result of the CRI analysis are based on the criteria for student answer in terms of gender and learning style is visual male 60%, visual female almost at 61%, male auditory the most conception is 55%, and the last is the kinesthetic woman is the 42%. Because the mathematical abilities of its students vary, it is recommended that in elementary school mathematical learning lecture school pay attention to gender difference and learning style of each student, so that student can easily accept the explanation on mathematical concept conveyed by the lecture. Thank you.